KSI and Logan Paul might be in big trouble. Why is that? Well, let's look at KSI versus Tommy Fury. KSI is not used to being at 183. Let's remember when he fought Joe Fournier and he was quick, he was at 177. I could see why KSI didn't want to go 8 rounds with Tommy Fury at 183 because he knows he needs his speed and he might not be able to go as fast and have that much power for 8 rounds. I see why he did that. And obviously, Tommy Fury was upset with this. He said he wanted 8 rounds with KSI at 183. Well, obviously, because he's used to that. Tommy Fury is used to that weight class. How do I know this? Well, he fought Jake Paul at that weight class at 183, and he went 8 rounds with Jake Paul. Now, I kind of think this was a pussy move from KSI just because Jake Paul had fought Tommy Fury in the same weight class, and he still went 8 rounds with him. And obviously, Jake Paul is used to that weight class at 183, but KSI kind of bitched out on the 8 rounds. I wanted to see 8 rounds. Now, again, I can see why KSI didn't want 8 rounds because there is no rehydration clause. Tommy Fury could go into that fight any way he wants. There is no rehydration clause. He'd go in there at 190 if he wanted to. And KSI, the smaller guy, could weigh less than him, and that would really affect his performance. Now, Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. Why is Logan Paul in trouble? Well, let me tell you why. Dylan Dennis is already destroying him mentally. That is exactly what Conor McGregor has done to all of his opponents before the fights. Logan Paul could say whatever he wants that it's not getting to him. Dylan Dennis' fiance jokes aren't getting to him. He could say that all he wants. I could tell just by his actions in the press conference, it was affecting him mentally. Now, not just mentally, but let's look at Logan Paul's physique. He has way too much muscle to move quick with Dylan Dennis. I don't think Logan Paul will be able to survive all rounds with Dylan Dennis. We always see Logan Paul gas out in his fights against Floyd Mayweather, against KSI. So again, I don't know why he's putting on that much muscle. His arms are just going to get heavier, and I don't think he will be able to survive the later rounds with Dylan Dennis. Now again, I don't know what Dylan Dennis is bringing to the table considering the fact that he didn't even bring his coach with him. He had no coach with him. And I think I heard a rumor that Dylan Dennis is coaching himself supposedly, or Conor McGregor is coaching him. Even Logan Paul brought this out. Where's your coach at? I thought Coach McGregor was supposed to be here. Now, again, I don't know about that, but I know about Logan Paul's mental and physical status. Mentally, the jokes are getting to him. We could see that in the press conference, whether he likes to say it or not. They definitely are getting to him. In his physical shape, I just think he's putting on way too much muscle to have any speed or go on to the later rounds with Dylan Dennis.
KSI could be in big trouble, and I feel like the whole internet knows this. I feel like the whole internet knows that KSI bit a little bit more than he could chew. Obviously, we've seen a good performance by KSI versus Joe Fournier, but him calling out Tommy Fury, the man who beat Jake Paul, and Jake Paul was at the top of the food chain. He was the best in the influencer boxing scene. No other influencer could beat Jake Paul. He was at the top, and Tommy Fury beat him. He absolutely dogged Jake Paul. So for KSI to fight Joe Fournier and have a no contest because of an elbow, and then directly call out Tommy Fury, and then go up to a weight class that he's not used to, the whole odds are against KSI. He's not at the weight that he wants to fight at. He's smaller than Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury has more experience. Like everything is just against KSI. There's no benefit here that KSI has. What does KSI has that Tommy Fury doesn't? Like nobody can name one thing that KSI has. The only thing that KSI has, and this is his only opportunity to beat Tommy Fury, is his fighting style. That's the only thing. So we have to see if KSI's unique fighting style and its weird fighting style is it enough to beat Tommy Fury. I mean, it was enough to beat Joe Fournier, and it was enough to beat Logan Paul. Why? Because they couldn't figure out KSI. Although they seen that KSI was just trying to land overhand rights, they couldn't figure him out. So it's up to KSI to use that unique fighting style and to use his power and try to land and catch Tommy Fury. If he can't do that, I think Tommy Fury is going to win the rounds and is going to lean towards Tommy Fury. And let me tell you why I feel like Tommy Fury is easily going to win this fight. Well, obviously, he's a professional boxer. Obviously, he has way more experience. And obviously, he's bigger. If you've seen the Jake Paul fight, he has nice jabs. He has good reach. He has them long arms for a reason. He has a good reach. He has nice, fast jabs. He moves well. Good power. If you've seen the Jake Paul fight, Jake Paul, he has a good right hand, right? But he couldn't find Tommy Fury only because Tommy Fury is a boxer. He could keep his range. He knows how to move well. He has good head movement. So Jake Paul couldn't find Tommy Fury, which is why I feel like KSI is going to have even a bigger problem with Tommy Fury. If Jake Paul, who's good at timing his shots and fights like a professional boxer, if he couldn't even catch Tommy Fury, what gives KSI the right mind to call out Tommy Fury and think that he could knock him out? It makes no sense. All the odds are against KSI, like I said in the beginning. Now I know that this video is called KSI and Logan Paul are in big trouble, but I don't think Logan Paul's in big trouble when it comes to fight night. I feel like Dylan Dennis has everything to lose, and I feel like Dylan Dennis is going to be the one walking out of there with his hands down, and Logan Paul is going to be with his hands up and the belt around his waist, only because Logan Paul has anger. Logan Paul has something to prove. Obviously, Dylan Dennis, nobody knows who Dylan Dennis is, and nobody cares what Dylan Dennis does after this fight or what he doesn't do. But everybody cares about what Logan Paul does and what Logan Paul has to lose. So I feel like Logan Paul knows that, and he has that mindset. You know what? I'm about to dog Dylan Dennis. Who's this Dylan Dennis dude to roast me into thinking he could challenge me and compete against me and beat me? And obviously, Logan Paul has the edge in every single way. He's taller, he's stronger, he has a longer reach, and he has more experience in boxing than Dylan Dennis. Yeah, Dylan Dennis is a professional fighter. He's fought before, but his striking game isn't all that good. We seen it when he was in that parking garage with Anthony Taylor. They got into a scuffle. They got into a street fight. A short dude, 5'7", maybe 5'8". Anthony Taylor threw an overhand right, landed on Dylan Dennis' cheekbone, and he stumbled back to a truck. So just think about what Logan Paul could do, who's bigger, more aggressive, his style of fighting. He likes countering punches, nice uppercuts. Logan Paul is absolutely going to dominate Dylan Dennis that night. I think it's going to be counter punches after counter punches, jabs after jabs, pressure after pressure. I feel like Logan Paul is not going to let off the gas. I feel like Logan Paul is going to have constant pressure on Dylan Dennis. I feel like he doesn't care if he gases out. I think he's going there for the knockout. Why? Because he knows that he can knock out Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis, I don't think he could take punches. The only thing that he's good at is jiu-jitsu, and boxing is not his game. So all the odds are stacked up against Dylan Dennis, and I think Dylan Dennis has no chance against Logan Paul. And I think it's very clear, not only because of the demeanor. I feel like Dylan Dennis is that type of person who just talks on the internet, and all he could back it up is for his jiu-jitsu style of fighting, but that doesn't work against a boxer like Logan Paul. Like I said, Logan Paul has experience. He did go somewhat toe-to-toe with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, so just count it. Logan Paul, taller, has somewhat boxing experience. Do you really think he's going to lose against Dylan Dennis when it comes to the fight night?